morning, ladies and gentlemen, dear students, distinguished guests, and fellow participants. I, Dr. Gautam Bapat, feels truly honored to welcome each one of you for the fifth edition of National Conference of Media and Journalism. My friends, this event has become a hallmark in the field of journalism and media, bringing together the luminaries from the realms of the print, television, and digital journalism, as well as various media related domains. My friends, before we go ahead, I request all the students in the balcony to kindly settle down fast. I hope we have some volunteers up there. I request everyone up there to settle down fast. Thank you very much. My friends, we are thrilled to announce our partnership with some of the prestigious organizations, including the Pune Union for Working Journalists, the Mumbai Press Club, the R.K. Lakshman Museum in Pune, and the Foreign Correspondents Club of South Asia in New Delhi. It is indeed my honor and privilege that I request all the dignitaries on the dais on the occasion of this inaugural session to join us for lighting the traditional lamp. I request everyone on the dais to please join us. My friends, lighting of traditional lamp is a very, very important tradition in our culture. Lighting of lamp symbolizes the wisdom, symbolizes the guidance that we get. Please put your hands together and give a big round of applause, my friends, for the inauguration of 5th National Conference on Media and Journalism. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. My friends, the National Conference on Media and Journalism aligns very closely with the vision and mission of Sri Rahul V. Karad, who's the Managing Trustee and Executive President of MITES MIT Group of Institutions, Pune, and Executive President of MIT World Peace University. We share a commitment of promoting dialogue, inclusivity, and peace, particularly in the context of today's conflicting society, marked by the global conflicts like Israel-Hamas war, Russia-Ukraine war. I think we now have a greater and larger role to play. With this, I would like to request everyone on the dais and off the dais to rise in their seats for national song Vande Mataram, which would be followed immediately with the World Peace Prayer. Hence, I would like to request you to kindly remain standing after national song. Can we have the national song, please?
Vande Mataram, Vande Mataram, Udalam Supalam, Malarga Shitalam, Jasya Shamalam Mataram, Vande Mataram. Rudradosna Pulakitayamini, Pullakutumita Drumadala Shobhini, Suhasini, Sumadhura Bhashini, Sukhadam Varadam Mataram, Vande Mataram. Vande Mataram.
Thank you. I now request everyone to hold their hands close their eyes as we participate in World Peace Prayer, please.
जय स्वसंग आत्मरूपा अर्थमपि मैं श्री पूर्णमद पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवशिष्यते शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः
Thank you. Thank you very much. My friends, National Conference on Media and Journalism has emerged as one of the strongest proponents of the ethical media and journalism in India. It has established itself as an important platform to bring together media leaders from across the country and abroad to connect and deliberate upon media ethics and ever changing landscape of Indian media. In order to understand more about the concept of National Conference on Media and Journalism, I would like to request my technical team if they can please take us through the concept film of National Conference on Media and Journalism.
आज के डेट में तो हम सब लोग एक तरीके से जर्नलिस्ट हैं बिकॉज ऑफ सोशल मीडिया एंड सोशल मीडिया इवोल्यूशन। तो हर व्यक्ति ने एक तरीके से अपनी अपनी भूमिका एक एक्टिव सिटीजन के नाते यहाँ पे बजानी चाहिए।
So the print media in India is not dead and is not going to die down, whatever the Americans and others tell you. We have our long life, we have our society, our leadership in chai shops and other places that we have.
Our first priority used to be to establish peace and normalcy. That is the journalism that we practiced.
To me, media, either the print or electronic, or the present systems of the Google, the Facebook, and everything that you speak about and use it in everyday practice, is a very effective tool. And especially, I would say, it is a tool of education.
Each one of you is a broadcaster, as was said before. Each one of you is a satellite. You speak to us. You check us. You matter to us. That is the difference between the media of yesteryears and the media of today.
That the core principles of media, of journalism, in fact, all communication was to make the world more understandable, the world a better place where the light of knowledge dispels ignorance, fear, and hatred.
Thank you. Thank you very much for showing us the concept behind the fifth NCMJ. And yes, I think that calls for a round of applause for everyone at the organizing team who's putting a lot of efforts for the National Conference on Media and Journalism. I would now like to request and invite the Honorable Vice Chancellor of MIT World Peace University, Professor Dr. R.M. Chitnisar, to kindly propose the welcome address. Please put your hands together and welcome with a round of applause, Honorable Vice Chancellor, sir.
Good morning and namaskar to all of you. As you are aware, we are gathered here for National Conference on Media and Journalism, NCMJ. And you are also aware that this is in association and strong support of Pune Union of Working Journalists, whose president is here, also Mumbai Press Club, the Foreign Correspondence Club of South Asia, New Delhi, and also R.K. Lakshman Museum. For benefit of all of you, those who are new in university, on esteemed luminaries on the dais, this was started in 2018 when Dr. Karad sir invited all of us and said that every school, whether it's a law or media journalism, how they can organize yearly conference which will bring peace in mankind or humanity. And from that perspective, we started NCMJ in 2018, and this is the fifth episode of NCMJ. The inauguration session is going on. It is my duty to welcome on behalf of our founder, president, and UNESCO chairholder for Human Rights, Democracy and Peace, Professor Dr. Vishwanath Karad sir, the executive president of MIT Group of Institutions, Sri Rahul Vishwanath Karad sir, all the patrons of NCMJ, trustee members, faculty, staff, and students of MIT World Peace University, may I extend a warm welcome to all the guests of honors in this session. We have Honorable Prasanna Joshi ji from Pudhari News, a famous editor and anchor, earlier on ABP Maza, then Sam TV, and now on Pudhari News. We have Sri Rishi Suri ji from Delhi Milap, Sri Nikunj Garg from Times Network, head of Mirror Now Television. And we have Sri Pandurang Santpur ji, head of Pune Patrakar Sangha. And we also have other guests who will be getting different awards in this particular conference. Cordial welcome to all our faculty members, staff, and all the students in this auspicious ceremony of NCMJ2. Friends, as always, the main theme of this particular NCMJ is bringing peace, but NCMJ 5th emphasizes on dialogue, inclusivity, and peace. And media, being fourth pillar of democracy, plays a very important role in ensuring that there is a healthy dialogue which is inclusive and thereby assisting peace building in the society. You are aware what is happening in Israel and Palestine for lack of good dialogue. And every year people are seeing last day on this particular earth. My appeal to all the dear students, maybe from media journalism, maybe from law or liberal arts, is that write down your questions, because this kind of a galaxy of editors on the dais will not be available again in your entire life, maybe in 6th NCMJ. So you do have a lot of questions why this is happening around the world, around me, in my city or in my nation or at the globe level. Please do ask in the interaction when they complete their talk and question answer session starts. Truth many times is painful, and at times it becomes subjective as well as objective too. Truth can also vary with different perspectives and interpretations, but ultimately truth should prevail for justice, peace, and harmony. In such tricky scenario, media's role becomes all the more responsible and important because it has to be sensible, truthful at the same time. In recent years, as you are aware, huge difference brought about by technology, which has enabled transfer of information within a fraction of seconds in commendable way to entire world. This information transfer has greatly helped us in disease control, disaster management, scientific achievements, medical research brought out by media to us, real-time updates, financial markets, and so on. It has also helped in broadening the canvas of readers and all of us in the area of national achievements in sports, achievements in medicine, achievements in scientific research, achievements in discoveries, achievements in social works, braveries of our armed forces, industrial progress of our country, technological advancement of our country, individual success stories in our country, and news on nature also are important to us. So looking at this plethora of areas, media is doing substantial contribution in a very, very positive way. From the humble beginning of conventional media, such as a newsprint, radio, and television, today media has grown immensely and transformed into digital and social media modes, which are faster, wider, and deeper in their methods, as well as their effects. It is necessary to mention here that cartoons have remained as one of the most effective media for instant transfer of information in the shortest and fastest way. Over the next 2 days, my dear students, we will discuss about the impact of this particular progress. I'm sure next 2 days, we will be fortunate to listen to distinguished speakers in the 5 plenary sessions scheduled on multiple topics such as media and democracy, margins to mainstream, youth to youth connect, media education in India, media inclusivity, artificial intelligence and media in 2047. Today is important day as we are giving Journalism Peace Awards, followed by an enthralling performance of renowned artist Sri Prahlad Tipaniya and his troupe with their enchanting and mesmerizing rendition of Kabir bhajans in Malvi folk style. That will be in the evening at around 5 p.m. As a responsible academic institution, MIT World Peace University has always believed in imparting value-based and holistic education for life transformation of its students. To become responsible global citizens, peace has always remained as a core value of our founding principles, and Vishwashanti Dhruvam Dhruva is our motto. Our Department of Media and Communication has been successfully carrying that responsibility to foster sensible as well as responsible journalism in our students for building peace. So I once again welcome all the luminaries on the dais in this 2 days journey of a thoughtful as well as thought-provoking discussions coupled with recognizing the efforts of journalists for their outstanding work and enthralling with haunting melodies of Kabir bhajans. But dear students, remember you are required to maintain decency, dignity, decorum, and discipline in this. You are full of it, and you are intelligent too to ask questions, and you are going to be the future responsible personalities in the media world and otherwise in different industries. So show the best of the best face of yours for next 3 hours of this inauguration program. With this, I would like to stop. Congratulate Dr. Dheeraj Singh and the entire team of media for this wonderful, wonderful conduct of NCMJ 5. Dr. Vishwanath Karad sir will be coming around 12:30, and after a particular inauguration is over, we'll have a meeting with him, lunch-on meeting with him, and Dr. Rahul Vishwanath Karad is traveling abroad, and he will be joining this tomorrow evening when the valedictory NCMJ starts at around 4 p.m. With this, I would like to conclude. Thank you very much. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for your words. I would now like to request and invite the Director and Associate Dean of Department of Media and Communications at MIT World Peace University and the convener of NCMJ to brief us on the concept and about the NCMJ 2023. Please put your hands together and welcome with a round of applause, Professor Dheeraj Singh ji.
Respected members on the dais and my dear students, the National Conference on Media and Journalism is in its 5th year, and we are very happy that, like the past years, we have an excellent panel of speakers, leaders, from the industry who will be speaking to you about the changes, the challenges, and the way ahead in the media. MIT World Peace University has always been at the helm of creating ideas and platforms where we discuss and deliberate issues before the nation, especially with a view of bringing in dialogue from different opposing ends of the spectrum. And that is as much true as it is for other platforms, as it is for NCMJ. NCMJ, as many of you would know, but those who have joined us in the first year this year, is a conference which looks at the issues and challenges of the media today, what is happening, where we need to go forward. And it also looks at one very important human urge, the urge to ask questions. Many of you would be in your second or perhaps the third decades of your life. And if you look back, not too far back in the past, you'd realize that asking questions comes very naturally to all of us. As growing up children, we ask about the world around us, to navigate our way better through the world, to understand our place in this world, to understand what is happening that should not be happening, or what is not happening that should be happening. We ask questions. Media and journalism is an exalted form of this basic human urge that all of us have of asking questions to be better able to understand the world around us. As has been told, the world around us has become much more complicated than it was maybe a few decades ago. And which is why it is all the more important that we dwell on the ideas and the challenges before us. And we have an excellent panel of leaders from the industry who will help us better understand the media and journalism landscape of today, so that you, as impressionable young minds, as new careerists, will have a wonderful journey ahead, empowered with the knowledge that these people have there to share with you. Thank you and welcome.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for your warm welcome to everyone in the audience. My friends, it's now time when I request, as per the tradition of this dais, Honorable Vice Chancellor, sir, to kindly felicitate and welcome the dignitaries on the dais. First and foremost, I would like to request, sir, to kindly felicitate and welcome the Senior Editor of International Affairs, the Daily Milap, Shri Rishi Suriji. Please put your hands together and welcome with a round of applause, my friends, Shri Rishi Suriji. A big round of applause, my friends. I now request sir to kindly felicitate and welcome Shri Nikunj Gargji, Managing Editor, Times Network and Editor of Mirror Now. A big round of applause, my friends, for Shri Nikunj Gargji. I now request sir to kindly felicitate and welcome Shri Prasanna Joshi ji, News Editor National of Pudhari News TV. A big round of applause, my friends, for Shri Prasanna Joshi ji. I also request sir to kindly felicitate and welcome Shri Panduranga Sandbhorji, President of Pune Union of Working Journalists. A round of applause, my friends, for Shri Panduranga Sandbhorji. Thank you very much for joining hands with us for consistently for National Conference on Media and Journalism. Thank you, dignitaries. Thank you, Vice Chancellor, sir. Thank you. And with this, to understand the in order to understand from the leaders of industry, it is now time I request Shri Prasanna Joshi ji, the the news editor national of Budhari News TV, to address the gathering. Please put your hands together and welcome with a round of applause Shri Prasanna Joshi ji.
सभी को नमस्कार। एक फेसबुक पे पोस्ट पड़ी थी कि पहली दफा पहले जमाने में छपा करती थी न्यूज और उसके बाद बिका करती थी, अब बिकी जाती है फिर छपी जाती है। और दूसरी एक पोस्ट मैंने पढ़ी थी, वो जोक था। वो जोक ऐसे था कि शायद दिल्ली के ही सर्कल में, शायद वहाँ का प्रेस क्लब हो या कहीं पे पार्टी वगैरह चल रही होगी, पॉलिटिकल लोग भी रहेंगे, जर्नलिस्ट भी रहेंगे। तो वहाँ पे इंट्रोड्यूस करते वक्त किसी ने कहा कि इनसे मिलिए, बहुत बड़े पत्रकार हैं। तो सामने के व्यक्ति ने कहा, अच्छा कौन से पार्टी के? आज जिस विषय पे मुझे यहाँ पे बोलने के लिए, और वो भी 5 मिनट दिए गए, बहुत स्ट्रेटेजिक है सर ये 5 मिनट से, इनके सिवाय और कौन जानेगा। 5 मिनट में आपका यूट्यूब का आपका रिटेंशन कितना है? मैक्सिमम 5 मिनट बहुत हो गया। तो जो भी बात रखनी है 5 मिनट में रखनी है। तो मैं पूरी कोशिश करूंगा कि मेरा रिटेंशन कम से कम, क्योंकि 2 to 3 मिनट्स अच्छा माना जाता है कि अगर आपका यूट्यूब का वीडियो कम से कम 2 या 3 मिनट्स देखा जाता है तो आप कुछ अच्छी बात कर रहे हो। तो 5 मिनट तो मेरे लिए बहुत बड़ी चैलेंजिंग है कि मैं आपको कैसे एंगेज रखूंगा, लेकिन फिर भी मैं कोशिश करूंगा। पहला तो मैंने आपका एक क्लिक तो ले लिया कि कम से कम मैंने उस जोक में आपको हंसा दिया, तो चलो एक मुझे बात मिल गई। सो डेमोक्रेसी के बारे में हम बात करें, डेमोक्रेसी एंड मीडिया, हम एक ऐसे मोड पे हैं जहां पे नए संसद में कोई गाली गलौज भी कर दे तो कुछ होता नहीं है, लेकिन कोई सवाल पूछेगा तो यूएपीए उसके ऊपर डाला जा रहा है। हमारे यहाँ पे एक जगह पे आप किस पार्टी को हो ऐसे भी पूछा जा रहा है। कुछ लोग हैं जहां पे, कुछ पार्टियां हैं जो पत्रकारों पे बैन लगा रहे हैं कि उनके प्रोग्राम को नहीं जाना है। कुछ पत्रकारों पे यूएपीए लग रहा है। कुछ पत्रकारों को राष्ट्र विरोधी माना जा रहा है और कुछ पत्रकारों की पत्रकारिता राष्ट्रवादी मानी जा रही है। तो क्या आज इस सब्जेक्ट को लेके हम आगे जाने वाले हैं, और जो मेरा बाद में प्लेनरी सेशन भी होगा, क्या हमें राष्ट्रवादी पत्रकारिता करनी है या पत्रकारिता करनी है? वो एक बहुत बड़ा किस्सा माना जाता है। पूछा गया था किसी ने एक प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस में, शायद वाटरगेट की बात होगी, शायद मुझे कोई करेक्ट करे, कि उस जर्नलिस्ट जब पूछने लगा, बहुत कठिन सवाल पूछने लगा, तो उससे पूछा गया, वो जो प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस ले रहा था, आर यू नॉट अमेरिकन? उसने कहा, सर आई एम अ जर्नलिस्ट। आज हम ऐसी मोड पे हैं कि जब आपको पूछा जाएगा प्रस्तावित घटकों द्वारा कि आप कौन हो। आज किसी पार्टी का प्रमुख भरे पत्रकार परिषद में पूछता है कि भैया, आज भरे प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस में पूछा जा सकता है कि कौन जात, ये भी है। अब इसे इंक्लूसिविटी का भी एक उदाहरण माना जा सकता है, या पूछा जा सकता है कि भैया इंक्लूसिव मीडिया है या नहीं, ये भी बात सही है, उसके बारे में रिसर्च भी हुआ है। ऐसी मोड में हमें काम करना है। हमें एक ऐसे मोड पे काम करना है मीडिया और डेमोक्रेसी में जहां पे ऑब्जेक्टिविटी अब किसी को नहीं चाहिए, सबको ओपिनियंस चाहिए। आप अगर आज अगर देखोगे तो स्टाइल ऑफ जर्नलिज्म भी ओपिनियन जर्नलिज्म है, ओपिनियनेटेड जर्नलिज्म है। न्यूज तो सभी दे रहे हैं ना, फैक्ट्स एंड फिगर्स देने में क्या लगता है? आगे की जो बात है वो ओपिनियन क्या दे रहे हो, एक्सप्रेस क्या कर रहे हो, मीनिंग क्या लगा रहे हो। आज सारे यूट्यूब चैनल्स, वो हिंदी हो या इंग्लिश हो, अगर देखे जाते हैं, क्योंकि उसमें लाइन दी जाती है, साइड ली जाती है, एक्सप्लेन किया जाता है, ओपिनियन एक्सप्रेस किए जाते हैं। तो मेरा आपसे सवाल होगा कि आप कहां हो? क्या अनबायस जर्नलिज्म ये सचमुच एक अपेक्षा है या आज उसकी जरूरत नहीं है? मेरा मानना है कि भैया, बायस अनबायस फैक्ट्स एंड फिगर्स के बारे में हो सकता है, जर्नलिज्म हैज टू बी बायस्ड। Not being biased could be a chance, could be an opportunity, or could be a position you might take. It's not obligatory upon you that you have to be unbiased. But I'm a journalist. When world is subjective, how can I be objective about what I'm trying to express? तो ये बात नहीं है। तो इस छलावे में मत आइए कि भैया आप ऑब्जेक्टिव हो या नहीं हो। मैं बिल्कुल ऑब्जेक्टिव नहीं हूं। मेरे आजू बाजू की पूरी परिस्थितियां अगर सब्जेक्टिव है तो वहां पे मुझे बात तो करनी चाहिए। यहां पे आज हमें मीडिया के तौर पे इजराइल और हमास में क्या हो रहा है, गाजा पट्टी में क्या हो रहा है, उसके बारे में बहुत बताया जा रहा है, लेकिन मणिपुर के बारे में नहीं बात करनी है हमें। वो जंजीर फिल्म में जया बहादुरी अमिताभ को कहती है कि तुम यहीं पे रहो, बाहर मत जाओ, क्योंकि उसके ऊपर गुंडे हमला करते हैं ना। तो अमिताभ कहता है जया बहादुरी से कि, वो सब बहुत अच्छा डायलॉग है उसमें, वो कहता है कि मैं खो जाऊंगा तुम्हारी बाहों में, मैं खो जाऊंगा तुम्हारे इन बालों में, वगैरह वगैरह। तो हमें कंपल्शन है कि आपको खो जाना है, आप सवाल मत पूछिए, आप बाहर मत जाइए, घर के बाहर मत जाइए, देखिए मत क्या चल रहा है। हम ऐसे एक मीडिया और डेमोक्रेसी के ऐसे मुड़ाव पे है जहां पे, और ये मत भूलिएगा कि मीडिया जर्नलिज्म कुछ अलग है, स्पोर्ट्स चैनल कुछ अलग है, सभी का एकमय मिश्रण हो रहा है। और ये समझना मुझे शायद 15-16 साल के बाद थोड़ा थोड़ा समझ रहा है, आप शायद जल्दी भी समझ लो। ऐसे मानने की कोई जरूरत नहीं कि हम कोई जर्नलिस्ट है तो कोई बहुत अलग बात है। वी ऑल आर कंटेंट कार। आई हैव स्टॉप माई सेल्फ क्लेमिंग एज आई एम अ जर्नलिस्ट, आई एम अ कंटेंट कार। हाँ, उसमें अगर आपको जर्नलिज्म के कुछ थ्रेड्स मिल रहे हैं तो अच्छी बात है। वी आर ऑल कंटेंट कार। फेसबुक पे स्वाइप करते हुए या स्क्रॉल करते हुए शायद सनी लियोनी की एक पोस्ट आ जाए, शायद उसके बाद प्रिंट क्विंट स्क्रॉल के या टाइम्स ऑफ इंडिया का कुछ आ जाए, उसके बाद कोई बहुत बड़ा एनालिटिकल एग्रीकल्चर सिनारियो इन इंडिया का कुछ आर्टिकल आ जाए, और उसके बाद एकदम से राखी सावंत का कुछ आ जाए। ये सारी चीजें एक ही कंटेंट के स्ट्रीमलाइन में है। सुनिए, आप कितनी बड़ी बात है कि मुझे डिसाइड क्या करना है कि मैं एग्रीकल्चर सिनेरियो इन इंडिया एंड ड्रॉट प्रोन एरियाज इन महाराष्ट्र का आर्टिकल देखूं, या थोड़ा सा ऊपर करने के बाद वहां पे मुझे एक अच्छी सी कोई एक्ट्रेस या एक्टर दिखाई देता है, या फिर शायद परिणीति चोपड़ा की शादी के बाद उसे कैसे ट्रोल किया गया और उसकी अभी कैसे खुशखबरी आने वाली है वाली बात न्यूज देखनी है। ऐसी अवस्था में हमें जर्नलिज्म करना है, ऐसी अवस्था में हमें न्यू एंटरटेनमेंट करना है। अगर आप एंटरटेनमेंट वहां पे जाते हो तो वो करना है, अगर आपको प्रोग्रामिंग बनानी है तो वो करना है। और इस सबको मिलके मीडिया और डेमोक्रेसी का सीन तैयार हो रहा है। शायद आज ऐसी बात है कि जो हमारे रिप्रेजेंटेशन हाउसेस हैं वहां पे चलने वाला पार्ट भी इंफोटेनमेंट का पार्ट है। और ऐसी स्थिति में हमें किस तरीके से हमारी स्पेस कार्व करनी है, ये सबसे बड़ा चैलेंज है। डेमोक्रेसी को सेव करना तो बहुत आगे की बात है भाई, खुद को कैसे सेव करें। और ऐसी स्थिति में हमारी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी बीइंग मीडिया प्रैक्टिशनर्स, जैसे कि मैं खुद को कंटेंट कार मानता हूं, इसकी ऐसा बात नहीं है कि ऐसी बात नहीं है मैं जर्नलिस्ट नहीं मानता, लेकिन मैं जर्नलिस्ट हूं, मैं भैया इसी सब्जेक्ट पे बोलूंगा, मैंने बहुत रिसर्च करके पीस लिखा है या वीडियो बनाया है, वो आपको देखना है, ऐसे नहीं होगा। मुझे लोगों तक जाना होगा। शायद मैं ये बातें करते हुए जो मोबाइल में इन्वॉल्व हमारे स्टूडेंट्स हैं, मेरी कोशिश रहेगी कि वो मेरे पास कैसे देखें। गए वो दिन कि जब हम हमारे स्टूडेंट्स को बताएंगे यार भैया मोबाइल छोड़ दो, ये बंदा यहाँ पे इसको बुलाया, उसको बात करने के लिए कहो। ये उस स्पीकर की जिम्मेदारी होगी कि वो एंगेज कैसे कर रहा है। फिर ये एंगेजमेंट एंटरटेनमेंट की हो, जर्नलिज्म की हो, फिर वो स्पोर्ट्स जर्नलिज्म हो या एंटरटेनमेंट हो या पॉलिटिक्स हो, सिविक इश्यूज हो, हमें ऐसे करना है। और ऐसी स्थिति में आज हमारी डेमोक्रेसी है, मतलब एक तो हम हमारे इसी सवालों में इतने उलझे हुए हैं कि हमारी डेमोक्रेसी किस जगह जा रही है, क्या उसे हम किस तरीके से देखें। आज अगर आप सवाल पूछते हो तो आप राष्ट्र विरोधी हो, और आज अगर हम अच्छी भी बातें कहते हैं कि भैया कुछ अच्छी भी बातें हुए हैं, तो भैया आप तो किस पार्टी के पत्रकार हो, ऐसे भी सवाल पूछा जाता है। तो क्या करें, रहे तो कहां रहे। मेरा मानना है हमें किसी की एक की लाइन टो करने की बिल्कुल जरूरत नहीं है। मैं ऑब्जेक्टिव हूं मेरे सब्जेक्टिविटी के बारे में। मैं आपकी लाइन लेता हूं माने में ऑब्जेक्टिव हूं, मैं आपकी लाइन नहीं लेता माने में ऑब्जेक्टिव हूं। इस फ्रेम ऑफ रेफरेंस को मानना मैं नकारता हूं। मेरा आपसे इस बारे में आप आगे जाके किसी भी क्षेत्र में जाए, खास करके चूंकि मैं जर्नलिस्ट हूं और मैं जिसे सो कॉल्ड मेन स्ट्रीम न्यूज मीडिया कहते हैं, मैं उससे आता हूं। मेरा आपसे कहना है, मेरा खुद का ये मानना है कि आपको किसी की लाइन टो करने की जरूरत नहीं है। वो एक अच्छा सा रणबीर कपूर नहीं, दीपिका का हस्बैंड रणबीर सिंह ना, रणबीर सिंह की एक एड है, एक शायद कोल्ड ड्रिंक की एड है, लेकिन उसका पंच लाइन अच्छा है, खुद की कर, राइट, खुद की कर ऐसा कुछ है, या खुद की सुनो, समथिंग लाइक दैट। तो वो जो पंचलाइन है, आजकल पंचलाइन में भी बात करनी पड़ती है, आपको पंचलाइन देनी है सब चीजों की। तो खुद की सुनो, खुद की कर, या अपनी सुनो अपनी कर। आप किसी भी तरीके से, वो पंचतंत्र की कथा है ना, पिता और बेटा गधे को लेके जा रहे हैं, उसके कुछ लोग कहते हैं अरे पागल हो क्या, गधा लेके जा रहे हैं तो उसके ऊपर बैठो और जाओ। बैठने के बाद जाते हैं तो कहते हैं अरे पागल हो क्या, इतना दुर्बल गधा है, उसके ऊपर आप दोनों बैठ रहे हो, दोनों का वजन डाल रहे हो, पागल हो क्या, छोड़ देते हैं। ऐसा करते करते एक क्षण ऐसा आता है कि बाप और बेटा उस गधे को एक लकड़ी से टांगे हुए दोनों पालकी की तरह लेके जाते हैं। तो सचमुच इतने ओपिनियंस हैं, और आप हर ओपिनियन को टो करने की कोशिश करोगे तो पागल हो जाओगे। इसलिए अपनी सुनो, अपने दिल की करो। लेकिन एक पक्का है, कुछ बेसिक प्रिंसिपल्स है जो डेमोक्रेसी ने हमें दिए, अगर हम डेमोक्रेसी मानते हैं तो। आजकल तो ये भी बात है कि भैया डेमोक्रेसी वेस्टर्न कॉन्सेप्ट है तो उसे मानना चाहिए या नहीं, ये भी डिबेट है। उसके कौन से प्रिंसिपल्स लेने चाहिए नहीं लेने चाहिए, ये भी डिबेट है। अभी ये बहुत सखोल विषय का चर्चा का विषय है, उसमें मैं नहीं जाऊंगा। लेकिन आपको ये ढूंढना होगा कि कौन से प्रिंसिपल्स हमारे फाउंडिंग फादर्स ने दिए हुए हैं जिसके ऊपर हमें जाना है। मैं मानता हूं वो है इंक्लूसिविटी, वो है ट्रुथ, वो है सर्वसामान्य लोगों का कल्याण बिना किसी भेदभाव के, और चौथी बात, जो स्वतंत्रता के मूल्य हमें इंडिपेंडेंस मूवमेंट ने दिए हैं उसे हम कायम रखना हमें चाहिए, क्योंकि वो रहेगा तो डेमोक्रेसी रहेगी, वो रहेगी तो मीडिया रहेगा। अच्छा मीडिया एक अथॉरिटेरियन सिनारियो में काम नहीं कर सकता, फिर वहां पे वो चाइना में जो हो रहा है वो वैसा मीडिया होता है, और ऐसी चीज ना हो इसलिए हमें हमारी आंखें और हाथ आंखों से देखते रहना चाहिए, कानों से सुनते रहना चाहिए। गांधी जी के 3 मंत्र थोड़े अलग तरीके से हमें देखने चाहिए, देखो और सुनो सबकी देखो, लेकिन करो दिल की। यही होगा मीडिया और डेमोक्रेसी का आज का क्षण जिसे हमें पकड़ना है। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद और आप सभी को बहुत शुभकामनाएं। आप आगे जाके अच्छे कंटेंटकार बने, जर्नलिस्ट बने, आप जिस भी क्षेत्र में जाना चाहते हो, आपके बहुत सारे स्पेशलाइजेशन है, आप उसमें आगे जाके बेहतर बने। थैंक यू, बहुत धन्यवाद।
Thank you very much, Prasanna ji. And it is generally the tradition that we request a guest to address the gathering with a small introductory film. But I got to know after I called you, invited you for address, then somebody just came and told me that students have prepared a film for you. So it's not generally the protocol, but I don't want to dishearten the students. So I would like to request my team if they have a small film made on the life and work of Shri Prasanna Joshi ji. Please go
A
ahead.
journalist for over 15 years and has been a leading face of Marathi television and social media. Presently, he is working as news editor national with Pudhari News TV for Mantak TV, a cable news TV channel in Goa. He was also involved in the NCMJ's upcoming spiritual channel Seva Bhakti. We Prasanna Joshi at the NCMJ 2023.
Thank you very much. Such a beautiful film. Thank you very much, sir, once again for coming all the way and addressing our students. Now it's time when I request the president of Pune Union of Working Journalists to address the gathering. But before I do that, I request my technical team to kindly relay the film.
Who has been a journalist for more than 15 years, is the chairman of Pune Journalist Association. He gained immense knowledge over the years, beginning with legal reporting and then devoted 12 years to covering political events and the Pune Municipal Corporation. Pandurang regularly works to expose corruption within the Municipal Education Board while simultaneously making attempts to improve the development of journalists through various initiatives supported by the Journalist Association. He continues to actively participate in many different projects outside of his journalism endeavors. We are honored to welcome Shri Pandurang Sandbhor at the NCMJ 2023.
Please put your hands together and welcome with a round of applause, my friends, Shri Panduranga Sandbhor ji.
सम्माननीय मंच और सामने उपस्थित सभी का पुण्य भूमि पुणे शहर में पुणे श्रमिक पत्रकार संघ की ओर से मैं आपका स्वागत करता हूँ। देश का सबसे पहला और सम्मानित 500 से अधिक पत्रकारों का संगठन आपके स्वागत के लिए यहाँ उत्सुक है। मेरे पहले हमारे पुढारी न्यूज़ के ही कलीग प्रसन्न जोशी सर ने यहाँ आपको स्पीच दिया। सर ने कहा कि उनके लिए 5 मिनट ही दिए थे, वो बहुत कम थे। अगर मुझे ये पता चलता है कि सर मेरे से पहले बात करने वाले हैं तो मेरे भी 3 मिनट में उनको देता, क्योंकि जोशी सर अगर बात करते तो ऐसा लगता है कि उनको सुनते ही रहे, क्योंकि वो खाली मीठा ही नहीं बोलते, इसलिए हमको ऐसा नहीं लगता कि उनको सुनते रहे कि वो मीठा बोलते। लेकिन वो कड़वा सच भी बोलते हैं। और जो इधर सामने जो ऑडियंस है वो सभी जर्नलिज्म के स्टूडेंट है, तो कड़वा सच सभी को अच्छा लगता है जो जर्नलिज्म में आए हैं। तो आगे के टाइम मतलब ये 2 दिन का सेशन है, तो उनमें आगे के सेशन में हम उनको सुनेंगे ही। MIT वर्ल्ड पीस यूनिवर्सिटी के स्कूल ऑफ कम्युनिकेशन के विभाग से ये 5वां जो मीडिया और कम्युनिकेशन का जो राष्ट्रीय सम्मेलन आयोजित किया है, तो मुझे खुशी हो रही है कि पुणे श्रमिक पत्रकार संघ इस सम्मेलन में सहभागी हो रहा है। ये 2 दिन में चलने वाले इस सम्मेलन में पत्रकारिता और पत्रकारों के सामने जो भी चुनौतियां खड़ी हुई, जोशी सर में आप के स्पीच में उन्होंने बताया कि क्या क्या चुनौतियां, अगदी कम शब्दों में उन्होंने आपको इसके जानकारी दी है कि हमारे सामने अभी क्या क्या चुनौतियां खड़ी रही है। तो ये 2 दिन के सम्मेलन में हम जो भी संवाद करेंगे, तो उसमें इस सब्जेक्ट के ऊपर चर्चा होगी। मुझे लगता है कि ये सम्मेलन में पुणे श्रमिक पत्रकार संघ की तरफ से मुझे सम्मानित होने का जो मौका मिला, तो मैं अपने आप को खुश नसीब समझता हूँ। पुणे श्रमिक पत्रकार संघ ऐसे सभी जो चुनौतियाँ है उसके लिए हमेशा खड़ा रहा है। खाली संगठन का काम, मतलब पत्रकारों का जो संगठन होता है कि किधर भी पत्रकार के ऊपर हमला हुआ या कुछ हुआ तो संगठन आगे थे, लेकिन पुणे श्रमिक पत्रकार संघ ऐसी एक संगठन है जो पत्रकारिता के क्षेत्र में जो भी बदलाव आ रहे हैं, तो उनको जो फेस करने के लिए जो भी कुछ उपक्रम हो, वर्कशॉप हो या जो भी कुछ संवाद हो, वो सब उपक्रम आयोजित करता है। तो मैं भी ये जो सम्मेलन आयोजित किया है उन आयोजकों को धन्यवाद देता हूँ कि उन्होंने एक अच्छा ये किया है, सम्मेलन का आयोजन किया है। मैं फिर एक बार आपका स्वागत करता हूँ और मुझे इधर आमंत्रित करने के लिए धन्यवाद देता हूँ। धन्यवाद।
Thank you very much, sir. My friends, it is important that we understand our role, our duties, our responsibilities to make this country and world, I would say, a better place to live. As Prasanna Joshi ji rightly said in his address, that we'll have to be at times fearless, and to some extent, we should not think about what others think about ourselves and share our opinion without any fear. And the reiteration came from Sandhorji also. My friends, we don't really do things in our lives for accolades or awards or recognitions, and we do things from the sense of duty and responsibility. Similarly, we have our visionary founder, revered Professor Dr. Vishwanath Karatse, who has been doing his part for making this world a better place. And incidentally, this work, as I said, we don't do it for awards and recognition, but many institutions, many people across the world have recognized his commitment for building world peace and have bestowed upon him many, many awards and accolades. I think I can take this moment and request my team if they can please show us that film.
महान सपूत स्वामी विवेकानंद जी के अनुयायी आधुनिक वैश्विक शिक्षा पद्धति को एक नया आयाम देने वाले, विज्ञान और अध्यात्म के समन्वय से विश्व में शांति प्रस्थापित करने के लिए तत्वज्ञ संत श्री ज्ञानेश्वर संत तुकाराम महाराज के नाम से अध्यात्म शास्त्र की वैज्ञानिक प्रयोगशाला का निर्माण करने वाले ज्येष्ठ व श्रेष्ठ शिक्षाविद, विश्व शांति, मानव कल्याण के क्षेत्र में पथदर्शी कार्य करने वाले विश्वधर्मी प्राध्यापक डॉक्टर विश्वनाथ दा कराड़ जी को इतिहास में शायद पहली बार भारतीय दर्शन परिषद की ओर से, विश्व विज्ञान दार्शनिक काशी विद्वत परिषद की ओर से विश्व शांति विद्या रत्न, प्रजापिता ब्रह्म कुमारी ईश्वरीय विश्वविद्यालय माउंट आबू की ओर से ज्वेल ऑफ भारत अर्थात भारत का एक अनमोल रत्न पुरस्कार तथा अमेरिका स्थित 3 विश्वविद्यालयों की ओर से विश्वधर्मी प्राध्यापक डॉक्टर विश्वनाथ कराड़ जी की एक विशाल कांस्य की मूर्ति द्वारा गौरवान्वित किए जाने पर उनका हार्दिक अभिनंदन। ये और ऐसे कई राष्ट्रीय अंतर्राष्ट्रीय कीर्ति के पुरस्कार व सम्मान पत्र प्राप्त करने वाले विश्वधर्मी प्राध्यापक डॉक्टर विश्वनाथ कराड़ का माइनस MIT संस्था के शिक्षक, शिक्षकेतर कर्मचारी, विद्यार्थी तथा समस्त भारतीयों को इन अलौकिक उपलब्धियों पर सार्थ अभिमान है।
Thank you very much. Indeed, it is a point of pride and honor for all of us that we have the guidance and always, I would say, the one who is showing us the path forward, revered Professor Dr. Vishwanath Karat sir with us. My friends, to extend this thought, I would now like to invite the motivational speaker, orator, and founder of Mana Karare Prasanna, Dr. Sanjay Upadhyayji, to address the gathering. But let me share with you that we have been, I would say, knowing him as the motivational speaker, mentor of mentors. But I would like to introduce his another, I would say, dimension of personality, that he has been the professor of body language, behavioral science, and physiognomy in the Mumbai University for journalism degree program. So it is very, very relevant that he addresses this gathering today. Please put your hands together and welcome with a round of applause, Dr. Sanjay Upadhyayji.
नमस्ते। नमस्ते। शुभ प्रभात। और जोर से शुभ प्रभात। ये मेरी हर भाषण की शुरुआत है कि शुभ प्रभात कहना होगा आपको। अब इंडिया का भारत हो चुका है तो गुड मॉर्निंग का शुभ प्रभात कर दो। Because good morning is a weather report. और भाग्य की बात ऐसी है कि आज के इस कॉन्फ्रेंस में मैं डॉक्टर विश्वनाथ कराड़ जी का प्रतिनिधि करके आपके सामने खड़ा हूँ। यहाँ पे कितने पत्रकार पुणे में होंगे या भारत में होंगे मुझे पता नहीं कि विश्वनाथ कराड़ सर ने अभी जो फिल्म आपने देखी तो पूरी दुनिया में सबसे बड़ा गुंबद, फिर एक बार सुन लो, सबसे बड़ा गुंबद विश्वनाथ कराड़ जी ने निर्माण किया है। चलो, निर्माण किया, एजुकेशनल इंस्टीट्यूट ने ऐसा काम किया क्योंकि विश्व शांति के लिए किया है। और स्वामी विवेकानंद जी का जो कहना है कि स्पिरिचुअलिटी एंड साइंस टुगेदर विल ब्रिंग पीस एंड हार्मनी इनटू द वर्ल्ड, तो उसका एक प्रतीक हमें वहाँ दिखाई देता है। वो क्या है? तो डोम के अंदर 27 स्टेचूज हैं, वो सब जो रिलीजियस लीडर्स है उनके हैं। अभी उसमें भी इंक्लिनेशन नहीं है। जीसस क्राइस्ट का स्टेचू है, शंकराचार्य का स्टेचू है, बाबा बुल्ले शाह का स्टेचू है। ऐसे नहीं है कि किसी एक ही धर्म की तरफ या एक ही विचारों की तरफ करार से काम कर रहा है। बाहर जो 27 स्टेचूज है आउट ऑफ 54 वो सब साइंटिस्ट के हैं, जहाँ पे आर्यभट्ट भी है, न्यूटन भी है, आइंस्टाइन भी है। लेकिन इतना करने के बावजूद भी भारत की पत्रकारिता में जो राइटिस्ट पत्रकार हैं उन्होंने भी उस डोम को बड़ा नहीं किया जितना होना चाहिए था, और लेफ्टिस्ट जो है उन्होंने भी नहीं किया। अब सवाल यह है कि शोध पत्रकारिता का मतलब कराड़ सर ने पत्रकारों को ढूंढना है कि पत्रकारों ने कराड़ सर को ढूंढना है? शोध पत्रकारिता में शोध किसी का लेना है? और ये आज का प्रॉब्लम इसलिए हुआ है कि बहुत सारे मीडिया हाउस के जो मालिक हैं उनके विचारों के जो रंग है वही रंग उनके ऑफिस में काम करने वाले पत्रकारों के होंगे। वो पत्रकारों की भी गलती नहीं है, मीडिया हाउस का मालिक जो कहता है वही कहना पड़ेगा उसे। अभी जैसे मैं खड़ा हूँ तो विश्वनाथ कराड़ जी का काम ही मुझे आपके सामने रखना है क्योंकि यहाँ काम करता हूँ। तब यहाँ पे अब सवाल उठता है हमें एज अ, और भगवान की दया से जो भारतीय इतिहास का पहला पत्रकार है, रिपोर्टर है, उसका नाम है संजय। तो ये भी एक संजय है। वो संजय था, उसको दिव्य दृष्टि थी, महाभारत का संजय। मैं चश्मा लगाता हूँ। संजय जो है वो धृतराष्ट्र को जो हो रहा है वो कह रहा है। इट्स कमेंटेटर है, पत्रकार है, रिपोर्टर है। लेकिन मैंने इतिहास में ऐसे नहीं पढ़ा है कि संजय धृतराष्ट्र से कहते कहते बाकी लोगों को पूछ रहा है कि हस्तिनापुर वांट्स टू नो,
क्या ऐसे संजय नहीं कहता है, वो जो हो रहा है वो बोल रहा है, द ट्रुथ जो है वो बोल रहा है, उसमें जो अचूक बात है वही बोल रहा है। मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि दूसरा पत्रकार भारतीय इतिहास में, उसका नाम है नारद मुनि, वो भी मोबाइल पत्रकार है, रिपोर्टर है, यहाँ से वहाँ से यहाँ पुलाव छाती पार कर जाते घूमते रहते हैं, लेकिन वो अपने ओपिनियन के साथ जाते हैं और अपना ओपिनियन कहकर जहां आग लगानी है वहां आग लगाते हैं। बराबर है। अभी हमें चुनना है आज की पत्रकारिता को, हमें संजय बनना है या नारद मुनि बनना है। अब ये तो महाभारत की कथा है, अभी 2024 में महाभारत होने वाला है, अभी अभी भारत में उसी की तैयारी चल रही है सभी तरह से, लेकिन फिर निष्पृहता कहाँ आ गई, ट्रांसपेरेंसी कहाँ आ गई, प्री कंसीव्ड नोशन, पूर्वग्रह गर्भित और पूर्वग्रह दूषित। तो पूर्वग्रह गर्भित चलता है पत्रकारिता, पूर्वग्रह दूषित नहीं चलेगी, प्री कंसीव्ड नोशन। परसों मेरे प्रोग्राम में मैंने एक जोक कहा, मैंने जो कहा कि मेहमान आए हैं और दरवाज़ा खटखटाते हैं, नौकर दरवाज़ा खोलता है तो मेहमान पूछते हैं साहब है क्या घर में, तो नौकर कहता है नहीं महाबलेश्वर गए हैं। तो मेहमान पूछते हैं क्या मजा करने के लिए क्या, तो नौकर बोलते नहीं मैडम साथ में है। अभी मैडम साथ में तो मजा नहीं कर सकती। ये जो कहने के बाद ऑडियंस में एक आदमी ऐसे बैठा रहा, ऐसे चिन डाउन लुक अप, ऐसे दिखता था मेरे तरफ। इसको क्रिटिकल ऑडियंस कहते हैं बॉडी लैंग्वेज में, जो मैं सिखाता हूँ ऐसे करके ऐसे, इसका मतलब ही इज नॉट विथ मी, आई वॉज अ मैजिशियन फॉर 3 years, हमें वो ट्रेनिंग है। उसको ऊपर बोला स्टेज पे जो हु इज रेडी टू बी डिसीव्ड, बसने के लिए जो तैयार है उसको ऊपर बोला। तो मैंने उसको पूछा बाद में, तो मैंने किसी से और से पूछा कि उसको पूछो वो क्यों नहीं हंसा, पहले रो में बैठा था, जोक अच्छा था। तो उसने उसे जवाब दिया कि संजय उपाध्याय मुझे अच्छा नहीं लगता। ये जो संजय उपाध्याय अच्छा नहीं लगता और जोक अच्छा है कि नहीं है, इस पर जो सेपरेट एंटिटी चाहिए कि जोक इंडिपेंडेंटली रिसीव नहीं कर पाया, वो देख रहा है किसके मुंह से आया, उस पर मैं तय करूंगा हंसूंगा कि नहीं हंसूंगा। ये पत्रकारिता अच्छी नहीं है। इसके मुंह से क्या आ रहा है उस व्यक्ति सापेक्ष अगर हो जाएगी तो गड़बड़ हो जाएगी। वो विचार सापेक्ष होनी चाहिए कि जो विचार आया सामने आया है वो अच्छा है क्या, वो भला है क्या, वो दुनिया के लिए अच्छा है क्या, देश के लिए अच्छा है क्या, उस पर वो निर्भर करेगा। इसलिए मुझे वो जो महाभारत का संजय की पत्रकारिता है, जिस क्रम में चल रहा है वही क्रम वो बोल रहे हैं। एक्शन एंड रिएक्शन का जो क्रम है, तो पहले एक्शन है और बाद में रिएक्शन है, तो उसी क्रम में आना चाहिए। अगर सिर्फ रिएक्शन पहले दे दी तो जो आदमी पहले न्यूज देख रहा है उसको लगता है ये रिएक्शन ही एक्शन है, और फिर उस पर उसका मत तैयार होता है। तो उस रिएक्शन का कारण जो है उसके पीछे वो एक्शन भी दिखाना चाहिए, वो भी जिम्मेदारी पत्रकारों की रहेगी। ऐसे नागरिक के तौर पे मुझे लगता है कि सिर्फ मैं एक ही बात बोलूँ वो नहीं चलेगा। मैं बैंक में काम करता था, कैनरा बैंक में, और एक फटी नोट लेके डिपॉजिट करने के लिए आदमी आया था। तो मैंने उसे कहा कि ये फटी नोट है, इसको रिजर्व बैंक भेजना पड़ेगा, फिर वो चेंज करके मिलेगा करके। तो ही गॉट अनॉयड, आप लोग ऐसे ही है वैसे ही है वैसे ही है करके गाली देना शुरू किया, और गंदी गालियाँ दी। मतलब आप लोग जो नेटफ्लिक्स पे सुनते हो ना, हाँ वैसी गालियाँ। वो गालियाँ देने के बाद मैं गुस्सा हो गया, तो मैं बाहर आ गया उसको मारने के लिए। तो उसको मारने के लिए बाहर गया, दूसरे दिन न्यूज़ आ गई मिड डे में, कैनरा बैंक कैशियर ट्राई टू असॉल्ट अ कस्टमर। लेकिन न्यूज़ में ये नहीं लिखा था कि वो कस्टमर ने माँ बाप के ऊपर गाली दी कैशियर को। सवाल यही, आधा ही हिस्सा जो जाता है ना उसमें नुकसान होता है जनता का। एक बड़े पत्रकार हैं निखिल वाघरे, दोस्त है मेरे अच्छे, तो पार्लियामेंट में भाषण देने आए थे, और जैसे फॉलोअर्स रहते हैं वैसे अपोजिट वाले भी लोग रहते हैं, वैसे पार्लियामेंट में कुछ लोग आए थे उनको अपोज करने के लिए। तो भाषण चल रहा था, तो स्टेज के बिल्कुल करीबी खड़े थे माइक पे और भाषण देते, किसी ने जोर से आवाज़ निकाली या भाषण रोकने की कोशिश की, तो इतने नाराज हो गए। तो उनको पता नहीं लगा कि स्टेज, मैं पहली लाइन में बैठा था, उनको पता नहीं लगा कि स्टेज खत्म हो गया करके। तो वो तुम्ही कौन माला बोलना रे ऐसे करके वो आगे 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 तो स्टेज से नीचे गिरे। तो वो उनको संवरने के लिए पहले रो में बैठा था, दोस्त है मेरे, तो मैं भागा उनको, मैं जैसे उनको संवरने के लिए भाया, मेरे वाले पुलिस स्टेशन के इंस्पेक्टर ने मेरे को ऐसा पकड़ा, उसको लगा ये मारने के लिए जा रहा है। और दूसरे दिन महानगर में फोटो आया कि निखिल वागड़े को मारने की कोशिश, और मेरा फोटो आज भी है मेरे पास, फ्रेम नहीं किया लेकिन रखा है। सवाल ये है कि ये ट्रांसपेरेंसी जनता के पास आनी चाहिए, जो मैं बोल रहा हूँ वो ट्रांसपेरेंसी आने की जिम्मेदारी भी उन एजुकेशनल स्ट्रक्चर्स की है जो पत्रकार तैयार करते हैं। नीला उपाध्याय के साथ मेरी यही बात चलती थी कि सिखाने वाला निष्क्रिय हो चाहिए। अगर मैं पत्रकारिता के कोर्स में सिखा रहा हूँ तो मैं इम्पार्शियल सिखा रहा हूँ कि नहीं सिखा रहा हूँ उस पर निर्भर। अगर मैं ही प्री कंसीव्ड नोशन में हूँ, मैं ही कुछ अलग लेबल करके वहाँ सिखाने के लिए आया हूँ, फिर नहीं चलेगा। फिर आप वैसे ही पत्रकार तैयार करोगे जो सिखाने वाले के मन में है। मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि वो निष्क्रिय होता, वो निरामय होता, सिखाने पत्रकार तैयार करने वालों के मन में होनी चाहिए। जब तक वो प्रेजुडिस से काम कर रहे हैं तब तक कोई भी हो हिंदुस्तान में पत्रकारिता का कोर्स, वहाँ पे हमें जो पत्रकार चाहिए आज भारत को वो मिलना थोड़ा मुश्किल हो जाएगा ऐसे लगता है। खैर, विश्वनाथ कराड़ जी का बात मैंने की इसलिए कि ये पूरी दुनिया में जाना चाहिए विदाउट एनी पॉलिटिकल लेवल, विदाउट एनी रिलीजियस इंक्लिनेशन। ये आदमी काम कर रहा है विश्व शांति के लिए, और अगर काम कर रहा है तो जिम्मेदारी बनती है, जर्नलिस्ट की जिम्मेदारी है कि अरे यार इनका एक गांव है रामेश्वर नाम का जहाँ पे मंदिर जीर्णोद्धार किया, उसी के साथ साथ मस्जिद भी जीर्णोद्धार की गई, एक ही साथ जीर्णोद्धार हो गया है। ऐसा एक गांव है। अगर महात्मा गांधी कहते हैं कि गांव की तरफ जाओ तो एक गांव रामेश्वर भी है। पत्रकारिता उनसे विनती है कि आप उस गांव को भेंट करें और जितने जल्दी इस काम को दुनिया भर आप फैला सकोगे उतना करो। ऐसे उनका प्रतिनिधित्व करके मैं विनती करता हूँ, रुकता हूँ। धन्यवाद।
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much to share an important thought in a very, very peculiar style of yours, as always. Thank you very much. Once again, a round of applause for Chief Sanjay Upadhyay ji. Thank you very much. My friends, we talked about the way revered Professor Dr. Vishwanath Karat sir is, I would say, playing his role in bringing peace to this world. Shri Rahul V. Karat sir has also been doing the same. It's just that his focus is more towards the democracy, democratic practices of this country, and bringing the youth closer to the democratic practices and, I would say, procedures. I'm sure you all are aware that just a few days back, a very, very important movement took place in the city of Mumbai, that is National Legislators Conference Bharat. It was probably for the first time in the history of independent India that such kind of event happened, and which was absolutely stunning to see that the MLAs and MLCs from all across the nation are coming together and sharing one common platform. I request my team if they can please take us through the glimpses of NLC 2023.
Thing you desire for the welfare of a person, this constitution paves a way for you to achieve your goal.
जो आप सभी
विधायकों की अपेक्षा थी एक व्यूज शेयर करना, डाइवर्स व्यूज को सुनना और उन्हें जाकर अपने अपने स्टेट्स में इम्प्लीमेंट करना। मैं समझता हूँ ये राहुल कराड जी के इनिशिएटिव से निश्चित रूप से पूरी हुई है।
मुझे अच्छा लगा जब राहुल जी ने अलग अलग विधायकों ने जो अपने अपने विधानसभा क्षेत्र के अंदर जो नई प्रैक्टिस अपनाई, उनका परिदृश्य, उनकी प्रदर्शनी मैंने देखी।
India is now being recognized and respected worldwide.
These themes of your conference are vital strands of the work to enhance the effectiveness of all democratic legislatures.
इस मंच पर की गई चर्चाओं और नए विचारों से जनता की भलाई निश्चित रूप से सुनिश्चित होगी।
For the second National Legislative Conference, आप गोवा में आने के लिए तैयार हैं? मैं तैयार है क्या?
Whatever was said in India about thousands of years back is now being revealed by the entire world.
देश भर से हिस्सा ले रहे विधानसभा और विधान परिषद के सदस्यों अनंत शुभकामनाएं। आपका नरेंद्र मोदी।
मंच के ऊपर सभी विधानसभा के स्पीकर्स बैठे हुए हैं, मैं उनका मन से आभारी हूँ। मैं बहुत इमोशनल भी आज होता हूँ कि ये जो कल्पना बहुत 3-4-5 साल पहले मैंने बहुत सारे लीडर्स से बात किया था इसके बारे में, ये आज एक मैनिफेस्टेशन, एक इमेजिनेशन इस तरीके से यहाँ पे साकार हुआ।
Thank you very much. My friends, this event, this movement that we saw in this film, the National Legislators Conference, hasn't come up in just a matter of a few days of planning, a few months of planning. My friends, this thought was sown almost a decade back. An institution called MIT School of Government that was formed a decade ago was a brainchild of Sri Rahul Vikarad. And the institution came into this world only with the thought that there is a need of trained people who can play a better role in Indian democratic practices. MIT School of Government has been functioning and doing, I would say, better and better year on year. I would like to request if we have a small film which will introduce all the dignitaries on the dais and students about MIT School of Government.
MIT School of Government is the first institute to initiate the leadership program in politics and government. After the independence, there was a need to have an institution to train the aspiring politicians or the young leading generation of the country. In 2005, MIT SOG was conceptualized by Rahul V. Karad, the executive president of MIT World Peace University, Pune, with a vision of creating ethical, spirited, and committed political leadership for the country from the grassroots and from all walks of life. MIT School of Government is now a part of MIT World Peace University. It offers a 2 year postgraduate degree program in political leadership and government (MPG). The program comprises of 1 year on-campus learning and 1 year off-campus training. Young leaders of our country should respect the politics. They should not feel that all politicians are corrupt. In order to strengthen the democracy, students having good character and value should enter the politics. This is the thought given by Rahul Karad. MIT SOG is spreading this thought in the youngsters. Till date, more than 350 young leaders are set for their mission. They have grabbed key positions in the political parties or government regulatory organizations, and some have succeeded in getting the memberships of the legislative bodies. Obviously, it has backbone of the education imparted at MIT School of Government. Eminent speakers from all walks of life, be it politics, journalism, economics, sociology, film, guide the participants. Students are exposed to listening, meeting, interacting with more than 100 various scholars and speakers throughout the year. This is the peculiarity of this unique residential learning program. As a part of the program, students visit the villages, study their administrative systems, and also extend visits to the state assemblies, houses of the parliaments, etc. While doing this, they learn to differentiate, make comparative study of the developed and underdeveloped villages, better and progressive constituencies. Visits to various party offices, government offices make such student rich in knowledge and experience. They go to different parts of the country to meet the politicians and get trained with them. The program comprises of the 1 year internship, which facilitates the students to learn directly from the politicians or in their offices. They are exposed to various social issues also. International study tour makes the student compare various political systems, ideologies, structure of nations. Their vision is broadened and mindset is changed. Rahul Karad, the founder of MIT School of Government, says that in order to strengthen the democracy, educated young generation must lead the politics. MIT School of Government is thus molding the students to empower themselves for knowledge, power, and courage. This is a small contribution of MIT School of Government towards the nation building.
Thank you very much. I'm sure this video would have given you a deep idea and understanding about School of Government. My friends, we've been talking about new initiatives. We have been talking about appreciations. We saw the awards and recognitions revered Professor Dr. Vishwanath Karad sir has received, and Sanjay Upadhyay talked about it. My friends, it is always important that we understand and recognize the efforts put in by the people in doing good work. And today, we have two such personalities on the stage, those who would be given a very, very special award, the Journalism for Peace Award. I request my team if they can show us a small film which is created on the 5th National Conference on Media and Journalism, Journalism for Peace Award.
Keeping with its philosophy of peace and understanding in the society, MIT World Peace University instituted the Peace Prize for Journalism in the year 2022 at its 4th National Conference on Media and Journalism. In its first edition, the prestigious awards were given to Sushil Mohapatra of NDTV, Neetu Singh of Gaon Connection, and Raveen Kaur of Down to Earth. This award is conferred in three categories: digital native, video, and print, recognizing excellence in journalism. The winners of the Journalism for Peace Award, chosen by a panel of media professionals and experts, are honored for their outstanding work in creating broader awareness on issues related to inclusivity, peace, conflict resolution, and understanding.
My friends, let's give a big round of applause to the concept of Journalism for Peace Award. And I'm really, really happy to share with you that this year, this award would be given to two tall personalities, I would say, who are here with us on stage. First and foremost, I would like to read the bio of the first awardee of Journalism for Peace Award, Madam Tora Agarwala. She is an award-winning journalist covering from the northeast of over 5 years, based in Guwahati. She worked with the Indian Express till July 2023 and works as an independent journalist currently. A history graduate from St. Stephen's College, Delhi University, she started her career in journalism in year 2011 and as a features reporter. Then she moved to work for the publication house and she went back to journalism in year 2018 when she began working for the Indian Express. In the first 5 years, she had written on the diverse range of topics, including politics, culture, and identity in Assam and sister states of Northeast. Her best known work is her profile on athlete Hima Das, which led her to win a Polestar of the Foundations of Excellence Journalism Award in 2019. She has also written extensively on the National Register of Citizens and citizenship tangle in Assam, with a story on children and detention getting shortlisted for the Red Ink Award 2011. It is indeed our honor and privilege to bestow upon the Journalism for Peace Award on Madam Tora Agarwala. I request the Honorable Vice Chancellor and all the dignitaries on the dais to join hands as we bestow this award on Madam Tora Agarwala. Please give a big round of applause, my friends. It's a recognition of the work and commitment of many years. A big round of applause for Madam Tora Agarwala. Thank you. It's my thank you very much. It's my honor and privilege to introduce you to the second awardee of Journalism for Peace Award, Madam Sonal Pateria. She began her professional journey with TV9 in the year 2019, and since then, she has moved onto the London top, that is India Today Group. Initially, she was a part of ordinary scripting, production, and anchoring. The Daily Meow show ran for 200 episodes, tackling women's issue and reporting with the sensitivity and empathy through the gender lens. She spoke about the issues on ground realities and problematic differences in the age of maturity and the age of marriage and the lack of protection for women who willingly sign up for this. Today, she has covered Delhi and Karnataka elections, hosted Arvam, the weekly show on South Indian news, ground reports on women interest stories. She used to host a weekly show on gender issues called Zana Republic. One of her episodes on equal pay for women cricketers won the Jury Appreciation Citation Award 2023, Quota, which up until now is known as the Competitive Exams Preparation Hub, made news this year as a headline after headlines were written about the students' suicides. She covered the alarming suicide rate in the city. This coverage helped to understand the psychology and reasoning behind these cases, bringing into light the reality of quota. It is indeed our honor and privilege to bestow upon the Journalism for Peace Award on Madam Sonal Pateria. I request everyone to join once again for bestowing this award on Madam Sonal Pateria. A big round of applause, my friends, for Madam Sonal Pateria. And I request everyone on the dais to please come forward along with the first awardee with the award in hand for the photograph. A big round of applause, my friends, for both the awardees of this year Journalism for Peace Award. Thank you very much. And now, my friends, it is time when I invite and request the special guest of honor, Shri Nikunj Gargji, to address the gathering. But before I do that, I request my technical team to kindly relay a small film on the life and work of Shri Nikunj Gargji.
Shri Nikunj Garg is the managing editor at Times Television Network and heads Mirror Now channel, along with overseeing the reporting teams of the network spread across the country. He has spent close to 2 decades with the Times Television Network. Other than Times Group, Nikunj ji has also worked with TV news industry's prominent brands like Star and Zee. Prior to taking over managerial roles at the network, Nikunj ji had a strong on-field presence, from covering the first Quad Summit at Washington, D.C. in 2021 to reporting on complex extradition trials from Argentina to London. Nikunj ji has brought forth complex internal security dimensions and challenges on Indian news television like never seen before. Internally in the country, he has passionately reported on the complex jobs of the Ministry of Home Affairs from Mumbai 2611 crisis to COVID management. We are honored to welcome Shri Nikunj Garg at the NCMJ 2023.
Thank you very much. I would like to request Shri Nikunj Gargji to kindly address the gathering. Please put your hands together and welcome with a round of applause, my friends, Shri Nikunj Gargji.
Thank you. First of all, I must thank my dear friend Dheeraj here for calling me to this university. It's always a pleasure to be amongst the people who are going to be the future of any industry or trade, and largely, therefore, the future of the country. I keep going to universities very often. Last week, I was at Sri Ram College in Delhi University. And there was a panel discussion on One Nation, One Poll. Part of the journey, I was discussing with Pandurang ji कि क्या दिखाने वाले मुझे भी मालूम नहीं है, तो बड़ा छोटा सा recent हिस्सा आपकी यूनिवर्सिटी ने दिखाया. और मेरे से पहले स्पीकर्स ने, प्रसन्ना ने और जोशी जी ने बोला that there are very big challenges in front of journalists, journalism today, democracy today, etc. etc. जोशी जी ने संजय और महाभारत की बात भी की. So part of this journey of mine, I have seen all these kind of situations where the role of the reporter, role of the journalist, role of Sanjay of Mahabharat has to be something that actually cannot be exposed to the larger world. I give you one small example from my journey, and then we can talk of bigger issues raised by my friends about the situation of our democracy, the situation of our press. So I was in Argentina, Buenos Aires, 16 years back, 16 and a half years back actually, in 2007 March. So I don't know how many of you, all of you would be probably in preschool or kindergarten at that time. There was a very famous or rather infamous case involving Otavio Quattrocchi, and Otavio Quattrocchi was a defense middleman he was arrested for the last time before his death in Argentina. So I was traveling to Argentina. I was alone. I was in my late 20s. And I was in an Argentinian courtroom. तो अर्जेंटीना में भी अदालतें वैसी ही होती हैं जैसे हिंदुस्तान में होती हैं. And in that courtroom, the opposing party was CBI, and I was the reporter. I was the reporter from Times Now channel. And on the other side, there was CBI, and there was an Argentinian judge. Now, the CBI wanted me out of that courtroom. They said कि साहब जब हम अपना केस प्रेजेंट करेंगे तो ये रिपोर्टर यहाँ होना नहीं चाहिए. They had a legal advisor, they had their team. I was alone. I also presented my case to the judge. Finally, judge gave a ruling. That is not important. What I'm wanting to tell you all, you may not only be from journalism. मैं पहले आपके प्रोफेसर साहब से पूछ रहा था, चिटनिस जी से, कि सब लोग आप क्या जर्नलिज्म से ही हैं? तो उन्होंने कहा नहीं, बाकी की फैकल्टीज से भी हैं. You may be from any field, any faculty, but this is important for you to know that if I were to come out and tell on television people that this is what happened in courtroom, that this is what happened in the courtroom, people would not have been interested. Today I am telling you this to make a point. You will have to tell people what is relevant to them. तो कई बार वो जो जोशी जी ने कहा संजय की बात, वो संजय की बात रह जाती है. संजय की बात उतनी ज़रूरी भी नहीं होती है. हमारे लिए as professional journalist, it is important to convey what is happening in the context of what we are reporting and what is important for people to know. So that is very, very important for you to keep in mind as future craftsmen of this trade. You will have to inform necessarily people what is important for them to know in as much as possible unbiased manner. Now, that also brings me to two small things that your university has done, and I am very happy to note that. One is that there is a very good participation from the journalistic bodies here. You have Mr. Pandurang here from the local press association, club, journalist union, and the call for peace. These are two very important things. They are not related to each other, but they are very important. Remember, journalism as a profession will always face so much scrutiny, intense scrutiny, criticism, and to an extent that almost everyone, अगर आप यहाँ से निकलेंगे ना, दरवाजे पे खड़े हुए चौकीदार से, मैं नहीं कह रहा हूँ कि चौकीदार का मत कम इंपॉर्टेंट है, बट उसके पास में भी वो न्यूज़ रिपोर्ट के बारे में बोलने के लिए कुछ ना कुछ ज़रूर होगा. वो डॉक्टर के लिए नहीं बोलेगा, वो इंजीनियर के लिए नहीं बोलेगा, वो प्रोफेसर के लिए नहीं बोलेगा, लेकिन वो जर्नलिज्म में न्यूज़ की रिपोर्ट के लिए ज़रूर बोलेगा. उसके पास कोई ना कोई मत ज़रूर होगा बोलने के लिए. इसीलिए ये इंपॉर्टेंट है कि जर्नलिस्ट एक अपना एसोसिएशन रखें. उस एसोसिएशन को आपकी यूनिवर्सिटी जैसी संस्थाएं जगह दें, तरजीह दें, इंपॉर्टेंस दें. ये इंपॉर्टेंट है, अच्छी बात है. आई एम वेरी हैप्पी एंड आई एम वेरी थैंकफुल टू योर यूनिवर्सिटी फॉर दैट. नंबर 2, पीस, जो आपकी यूनिवर्सिटी के नाम में भी है और जो आपकी यूनिवर्सिटी एस्पाउस भी करती है, इट इज ऑल्सो वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. बिकॉज रिमेंबर, विदाउट पीस नो डेवलपमेंट इज पॉसिबल. Wartime reporting, going to war zones, reporting from war and reporting about war, they may all seem very exciting things. They may all appear very glamorous on television. They may appear very glamorous on YouTube or whatever platforms you watch. But ultimately remember that all the war reporting that is being done, all the glamour that you are seeing is at the cost of some human suffering. Human beings are suffering. Children are suffering. Women are suffering. Elderly are suffering. And therefore, nothing can be more important today in this world where we see increasing fractured polity, fractured mandates, fractured viewpoints, and fractured viewpoints to the extent that they are resulting in wars that we espouse for peace. And for that very reason also, I must thank your university, and I must thank the organizers, promoters, funders of this university, and the people who associate with this university, that they are trying to promote peace in such a fractured world, which is a very, very noble cause. I do not bother. I have been a journalist from the age 22. And I tell people that if I were not to be a journalist, I probably today at my age have no other identity but that of as a journalist. But even then, it does not matter to me whether a university is helping journalism flourish or not. What is important for me and what I'm happy about is, and what I'm actually glad about is, that a university, an institution, is helping promote peace. Because as I said, without peace, there is no development that is possible. Without peace, good journalism is not possible. Without peace, it is impossible for people to become good citizens, first of their country, their nation, and then of the world. So for that, I thank your university. They have put some real effort behind it, and they deserve kudos for that. Coming to the point that my friends were raising about democracy, about bias in journalism or media, about challenges. Prasanna also said that we will talk about Hamas and Israel war. We will not talk about Manipur. Please remember, you are young people. Please remember one thing. Be enthusiastic about life. Be hopeful about life. There is no challenge. As I told you 2 weeks back, I was at Delhi University, and the young moderator there, she would be your age, 20, 21, something like that. She asked me that with one nation, one poll, Mr. Garg, federalism would be in danger. I told her, young lady, don't bother too much about the dangers of the world. Focus on hope. Focus on promise. Focus on progress. I am not saying the challenges will not be up on the horizon, or challenges will not be there. They will always be there. But what good is human spirit? What good are you? Your parents, all of you, your parents have spent lakhs and lakhs of rupees in your education. Why are they spending lakhs and lakhs of rupees? Some of your parents, those lakhs of rupees may not mean anything. For some of your parents, those lakhs of rupees may be very, very, very big amount of their resource pool. But they're spending. They're spending the money to make you better human beings, better individuals, better professionals. So work on that. The better human being, the better professional you will become, the better you will be equipped to face all these challenges. If there are no challenges, then what is the difference between monkeys and human beings? I mean, monkeys will also live their life, and human beings will also live their life. So human beings are trained. They should be trained. They should be attuned to make their life better for the coming generations, better while they live, and therefore they must deal with challenges. What is a life without challenges? I have not known a life without challenges from the time I was 22 years of age. So therefore, all these challenges will be there. There will always be pressure on media. You go to a hospital today, and you ask the director, like Mr. Chitnis, you ask the director of the hospital or the top faculty of the hospital. He will say, अरे भाई कितना प्रेशर है आज के दिन में, छोटा सा ऑपरेशन गलत होता है तो वो बोलते हैं मेडिकल नेग्लिजेंस का केस है, पुलिस का केस तो इनके ऊपर, बंद करो डॉक्टर्स के ऊपर. आज से 20 साल पहले कोई मेडिकल नेग्लिजेंस का केस नहीं होता था. 20 years बैक अगर किसी की डेथ भी जाती थी तो लोग बाग डॉक्टर को हाथ जोड़ के आते थे, बोलते डॉक्टर साहब आपने जो किया वो कर सकते थे, वो किया, और बाकी आपका धन्यवाद. Today, if somebody dies, they file a suit. They file a suit. They file a suit, they go take them to the court and say, it is medical negligence, doctor. You have not attended to our patient properly. Hospital is sealed. Hospitals are sealed. So, journalism is not facing any bigger challenge than any other profession. Our democracy is also not facing any bigger challenge than the rest of the world. Our federalism is also not facing any bigger challenge than the challenges across the world. You look at Nigeria today. I was just reading a report in one of the one of the African countries. There are 2-3 aid workers who have just now been killed. They have been gunned down for some aid progress, etc., etc. Keeping all that turmoil in the world, you are living in a very peaceful country. You are looking at a very bright future. I am very hopeful about India's future. I am very hopeful about your future, about the future of this institution. I am very hopeful about India's future. Now, you may have some disagreement with journalists being slapped with UAPA cases. I completely disagree with it. I wanted to actually join the protest. I could not. The Press Club of India had organized a protest. I could not, and I actually was telling one of my bureau chiefs that, यार हमें वहां जाना चाहिए था, जा नहीं पाए. However, again, as I said, these challenges are there for every profession. Your profession or the profession of journalism is such a profession which will always be under public scrutiny. Some people will say, why did you take foreign money if you did not have authorization? So there will be a case. Some people will say, okay, he took money, so book him for money. Why are you charging him with some other case? So there will always be challenges. Newspapers have come under pressure from the time immemorial, from the time of first newspapers came into being, somewhere around, if I'm not wrong, 1400. Organized newspapers came around 1700. Organized newspapers, smaller newspapers were there from the time of when proper paper was discovered, and 1400 and 1500 smaller papers started to come up. They will always remain under pressure. It is the duty of a good journalist, it is the duty of a good editor to stave off those pressures, work with honesty and diligence. And that brings, my dear young friends, to most important point that I want to make today. And here is an example. I have an example, so you can ask her. Swarali, my dear young friend, is sitting there. Here is an example. She was a student of this university like you all. Today, she is a Times Network journalist. I hired her 2 years back. Swarali, how long back? 1.5 years back. 2 years back, I hired her. She's from this university. Now, the point is, she has worked in a the biggest brand of in the field of journalism in this country for 2 years. You can ask her, what pressure has she faced from me till this day? What pressure has she faced from any other person till this day? She files, what we tell her to file. She reports. The biggest challenge in every profession, every trade, every field of work is to be honest, is to be diligent. If you are honest, if you are diligent, if you are doing your job with integrity, you can ward off all pressures. All pressures. If some pressure is coming on you, it is a good sign. You know why is it a good sign? It is a good sign because that means that you have been proven as a good professional. citizens of this country. I am not saying for a moment that don't invest your time in the bigger challenge. Good, good children of your parents and good students of your professors, teachers, and university. So invest everything right now to become good students. When you get out, invest everything in becoming good professionals in what you are doing, whatever you are doing. If you are an engineer, become the best engineer. If you are a journalist, try to become the best journalist that a company like Times of India, which is a 200-year-old company, opens a bureau especially for you in a city where it has no presence. I have no sanction from Times Television Network, but I have kept it for Swarali. And she gets a official salary like I get my salary from Times Group. She also gets her salary from Times Group. So do your job well, work hard in life, keep your conscience clear, and the bigger problems of life will be sorted as you grow along, as you do well. This is what I wanted to say. This is my piece. I am more than happy and interested in the questions that you would want to ask. Anybody wants to ask any question, I am here to answer that. Please, feel free. Okay, that's it.
Thank you very much, sir. Let's give him a big round of applause, my friends, for the real and practical inputs probably the students can use readily in their lives. Thank you very much, sir. Now, if I would like to request if Madam Tora Agarwala ji would like to share any reflection. I will give you the mic there only, ma'am. Because it is important that we understand how the awardees are feeling after receiving the awards. So I request Madam Tora to say a few words. Yeah.
Hi, is this working? Okay. Good morning, everyone. My name is Tora, and I'm an independent journalist covering Northeast India. Now I think when you put on your television channels, primetime news must be focusing on the very distressing war happening in Israel and Palestine. But at the same time, one of the worst ethnic clashes the country has seen continues to drag on in Manipur, in Northeast India, the region I cover. Very soon, it's going to enter its 6th month. It's not just Manipur, but Northeast, the place I come from and the place I report on, has traditionally been a blind spot for the rest of the country. So when I learned that my article on Assam's Mahila committees, which are basically the earliest proponents of feminist history in Assam, when I learned that this article got the award, it was very heartening. That news from our region is not only being read, but also being appreciated. So I'm very, very thankful to MIT, WPU for honoring me and for bestowing this award on me. Thank you so much. Obviously, very happy day. I would like to congratulate my co-winner as well. I mean, of course, it's very nice to receive an award, right? But also, I do feel a sense of despondency. I believe there were some last-minute changes to the list of award winners, and I think that's a little unfortunate because, and also not just unfortunate, but it's also a little ironic because the place where that person comes from is in desperate need of peace and resolution of conflict. So in keeping with today's theme, which is dialogue, inclusivity, and peace, I would just like to say one thing, that for true peace to come, one must reckon with the truth. We must not look the other way, even when we don't agree. And only then there can be true peace. Thank you so much.
Great. Thank you very much, Madam Tora Agarwala. Thank you very much for those kind words. And now I would like to request if Madam Sonal Patheria ji would like to say a few words.
Hello.
मेरा नाम सोनल है। मैं दी ललन टॉप के साथ काम करती हूँ। आप में से जो लोग ललन टॉप देखते हैं उन्हें पता होगा कि हम हिंदी में काम करते हैं। जिन्हें नहीं पता उनकी जानकारी के लिए बता देती हूँ कि हम ना नेशनल है, ना लोकल है, ना इंटरनेशनल है। हम अपने आप को कोई लेबल नहीं दे सकते। हम चीज़ कवर करते हैं जिसमें एक आम आदमी का इंटरेस्ट हो और जो उनके काम की चीज़ हो। जब मुझे पता चला कि मुझे भी कोटा की सीरीज़ के लिए, ये कोटा का सच नाम से हमने जो एक सीरीज़ की थी, उसके एक वीडियो के लिए ये अवार्ड मिल रहा है, तो मैं बहुत शॉक थी। मैंने तो अप्लाई नहीं किया, मुझे लगा भी नहीं था कि ये रिपोर्ट जो मैंने 1 हफ्ते पहले या 2 हफ्ते पहले की थी, वो किसी अवार्ड के लिए भी शॉर्टलिस्ट हो सकती है। क्योंकि ये रिपोर्ट किसी अवार्ड के लिए, किसी रिकॉग्निशन के लिए या किसी अप्रिसिएशन के लिए नहीं की गई थी। ये एक ऐसा टॉपिक था जिस पर डेटा एनालिसिस किया जा रहा था। जैसे ऐसे रिपोर्ट किया जा रहा था कि अब 25 हो गए, अब 28 हो गए, पिछले 8 साल में हाईएस्ट नंबर हो गया। ये लाइव्स हैं, वो जो बच्चे जिनकी जान चली गई, वो जीते जागते इंसान थे, उनके कुछ कंसर्न्स थे। वहाँ की प्रॉब्लम्स क्या है, वो क्यों नहीं एड्रेस की जा रही, ये रुकेगा कब? ये सारे सवाल हमारे मन में थे। तो हमने सोचा कि ये डेटा क्रंचिंग या जिस तरह से इसे प्रेजेंट किया जा रहा है, इससे हटकर हम ग्राउंड पे जाते हैं और विदाउट कोई परसेप्शन लेकर, क्योंकि आप जब चीज़ें पढ़ते हो ना तो आपके दिमाग में ऑलरेडी एक इमेज बन जाती है। आप सोचते हो उस चीज़ के बारे में कि अच्छा ये ऐसा होगा या ऐसा प्रॉब्लम्स होगी वहाँ की। हम बिना किसी प्रेजुडिस के ग्राउंड पे पहुंचे और सबसे बड़ा चैलेंज ये था कि किससे बात करें। सारे ही टीनेजर्स, 15, 16, 17 साल के बच्चे, आपको नहीं पता कि एक बच्चा क्या सोच रहा है और जो वहाँ पे 1.5 लाख 2 लाख स्टूडेंट्स हर साल आते हैं वो सारे क्या सोच रहे हैं, कलेक्टिव अप्रोच क्या है। तो हमने सबसे बेहतर समझा कि एक साइकोलॉजिस्ट के पास जाएं जो 17, 18, 20 सालों से उस शहर को देख रहे हैं, वहाँ के बच्चों से बात कर रहे हैं, जिनको वहाँ के कंसर्न्स पता हो। वहाँ से वी स्टार्टेड एंड देन द स्टोरी वाज डेवलप्ड और फिर वो अवार्ड तक चली गई वो स्टोरी। इम्पॉर्टेंट ये है कि जब भी आप कोई केस रिपोर्ट करें या जब भी आप कोई केस पढ़ें, आप एक क्लियर पिक्चर देखें, आप एक पूरी पिक्चर देखें। और इट इज़ नॉट इम्पॉर्टेंट कि सिर्फ एक स्टेक होल्डर का आप पर्सपेक्टिव सुने या सिर्फ एक साइड ऑफ द स्टोरी सुने। आपको अपने दिमाग को, अपने विजन को बहुत खुला रखना पड़ेगा। आप एक रिपोर्ट किसी वेबसाइट पर पढ़ रहे हैं, एक वीडियो कोई और चैनल पर देख रहे हैं, या आप किसी स्टूडेंट का, जो अब तो ब्लॉगिंग भी एक मोजो जर्नलिज्म का एक तरीका है, आप वो पर्सपेक्टिव सुन रहे हैं। आपको सब देखना पड़ेगा और फिर एक क्लियर पिक्चर, एक पूरी पिक्चर ड्रॉ करिए कि प्रॉब्लम क्या है, क्या स्टेट हो रहा है, क्या फैक्ट है और क्या सिचुएशन है। तब आप कोई परसेप्शन ड्रॉ करिए। अदरवाइज परसेप्शन ड्रॉ करना इज अ वेरी इजी थिंग। मतलब आप एक चीज देख सकते हैं और आपका ऑटोमेटिकली माइंड बन सकता है कि हाँ ये तो ऐसा ही हो रहा है। और ये हर एक चीज के लिए, मीडिया के लिए हमने इतनी देर बात की कि मीडिया कैसा टर्न आउट होता जा रहा है, क्या निकल रहा है। आप में से कितने लोग ऐसे जाके मणिपुर से जो रिपोर्टिंग हो रही है वो रिपोर्ट्स पढ़ी होंगी? आप में से कितने लोग ऐसे हैं जिन्हें पता है कि पिछले 5 या 6 महीने से मणिपुर से लगातार स्क्रोल हो, प्रिंट हो, ललन टॉप हो, रिपोर्टर्स ग्राउंड पे प्रेजेंट हैं और वो वहीं पर ही हैं, वो लगातार रिपोर्ट कर रहे हैं। कोई एक वीडियो वायरल होने के बाद या कोई एक पीस वायरल हो जाने के बाद आपका इंटरेस्ट जागता है और फिर वो खत्म हो जाता है। आप खुद कितना रेस्पॉन्सिबल सिटीजन के तौर पर जर्नलिज्म को कंज्यूम करने का रोल प्ले कर रहे हैं, आपको आज ये भी देखने की ज़रूरत है। और आई एम ग्लैड कि उस रिपोर्ट को आपने इस अवार्ड के लिए चूज़ किया, जो शायद सबसे सैड रियलिटी या सबसे पैथेटिक रियलिटी बताती है कि जहाँ ज़रूरत है साइकोलॉजिस्ट की, थेरेपिस्ट की, वो सुने। वहाँ पर बच्चे मंदिर की दीवारों पर अपने मन की बातें लिख कर आ रहे हैं, या फिर वो इस डर से अपने अंदर रख रहे हैं और ऐसे कदम उठा रहे हैं कि किसी को बताएंगे तो वो उल्टा हमें ही ब्लेम करेंगे। सो आई एम थैंकफुल कि आपने उस रिपोर्ट को इसके लिए चुना। थैंक यू सो मच।
Thank you so much, Madam Sonal and Madam Thora. And it clearly reflects that the true work and commitment towards what you do और ईमानदारी से अपना काम करने का फल हमेशा अच्छा ही मिलता है. Thank you very much for both of you for coming all the way here and guiding our students. My friends, now it's time when I request the special guest of honor, Shri Rishi Suri ji, to address the gathering. But before I do that, I request my technical team to kindly relay.
Mr. Rishi Suri, the man behind Daily Milap, India's oldest and most read Urdu newspaper, has been the senior editor for 19 years. He is a respected journalist who is well known for having strong opinions about international relations and diplomacy. His publications on numerous themes in India and the Middle East have received widespread praise and admiration. Mr. Rishi has participated in numerous international delegations and is one of the select few certified diplomatic correspondents by the Indian Ministry of External Affairs. He has also served on the boards of many national and international organizations, including the Australia India Youth Dialogue in Sydney and the Global Partnerships Program run by the Tampa Bay City Council in Florida, among others. We are honored to have Shri Rishi Suri at the NCMJ 2023.
Please put your hands together and welcome with a round of applause, my friends, Shri Rishi Suri ji. Thank you. It's always fun being the last speaker. Patience is running thin. Anyway, bear with me for 15 minutes or so. On the outset, I'm very pleased to address the 5th National Conference for Media and Journalism, which has today become an important conference which propagates peace through journalism. Journalism is said to be at the 4th pillar of democracy, and its ultimate aim is to focus on bringing peace. I would like to congratulate Sri Rahul Karat for understanding the need of this conference and initiating such a platform. It's always brought to my notice that this university has another brilliant institution, as we saw in the video, the MIT School of Government, which has been encouraging young and educated minds to join politics for the past 2 decades. The educated youth must join politics, be the policy makers, and only then we can have a more peaceful and better society. I was very happy to see the video of the National Legislators Conference as well, which is truly a historic event. MLAs and MLCs from all political parties were invited and participated. This is truly a unique initiative, and I really compliment the university and Rahulji for this excellent program. And I hope it goes on for years and years. Now, a little bit about myself. I run an Urdu newspaper called the Daily Milap. We are now the oldest and largest Urdu newspaper in the country. Milap was started by my great-grandfather in 1923 in Lahore, now in Pakistan. My great-grandfather's name was Masha Kushal Chand, who later on in life took sannyas and became Mahatma Anand Swami. He started Milap in 1923 with a very specific focus. This was a time when the British were trying to divide the Indian society on the basis of religion, caste, communities, and they were succeeding to a great extent. Several initiatives were launched to fight this off, and Milap was one of those very important initiatives. At the cost of sounding a little egoistic, the newspaper actually fought that effort to divide, especially on the name of religion, between Hindus and Muslims quite well. In fact, most of my grandfather's brothers, and my grandfather for that matter, were very closely involved in India's freedom movement. There's actually a small story on this. My grandfather's eldest brother, Ranbirji, who was also the chief editor of Milap for a number of years, was in the cell right next to Bhagat Singh just days before he was hanged. The story is quite interesting. It's been published quite widely. The British, just before they hanged Bhagat Singh, completely cut him off from the outside world. They made sure that he could not communicate with anybody from outside, and nobody could communicate with him from the outside. His only contact with the outside world was a little packet of food that would come to him every day, and that packet of food would be wrapped up in some sort of paper. Now, his family wanted to reach out to him one last time, and they came to my family. And at that time, Milap specially printed an edition which had 2 pages, which were basically messages from his family to Bhagat Singh. And that very day, a day before he was hung, they wrapped jalebis in that very paper and sent them to Bhagat Singh. And Bhagat Singh, of course, ate those jalebis and read the newspaper, and I'm guessing felt reassured that the entire country was with him and that his family was with him. Now, that was a little bit about us. Let's move on to the topic at hand. The need for ethical journalism in today's world. In an era which is dominated by information and misinformation, the role of journalism cannot be overstated. It is the bedrock of democracy, the guardian of truth,
and the mirror reflecting the state of our society. However, with great power comes even greater responsibility, and it's imperative that we uphold the principles of ethical journalism to safeguard the integrity of our information ecosystem. In a world inundated with a constant deluge of information, the ethical compass of journalism serves as our guide. Ethical journalism is not just a luxury, it's a necessity for the functioning of a healthy democracy. When journalists adhere to ethical standards, they serve as the watchdogs of society, holding those in power accountable and ensuring that the public is well informed. In an age where misinformation and fake news threaten to erode the foundations of truth, ethical journalism becomes our shield, protecting us from the corrosive effects of disinformation. One of the cornerstones of ethical journalism is accuracy. Now, in an environment where speed often takes precedence over precision, journalists must resist the temptation to prioritize being the first to break a story at the cost of accuracy of that story. The consequences of spreading misinformation can be severe, eroding public trust and sowing discord. Ethical journalism demands meticulous fact-checking, verification of sources, and a commitment to presenting the most accurate and truthful information to the public. Equally crucial is the principle of impartiality. We've spoken a little bit about that today. Journalists must be entrusted as a responsible and have the responsibility of providing a fair and unbiased account of events, allowing the public to form their own opinion. A commitment to impartiality guards against the distortion of information for personal or political gain, fostering a media environment where diverse perspectives are respected and are heard. Another very important thing we all focus on as journalists is transparency. Journalists must be transparent about their sources, their methods, and any potential conflicts of interest they may have. By doing so, they maintain the trust of their audience and ensure that their reporting is free from undue influence. Transparency builds credibility, and in an age where media is often strained, it is crucial for journalists to be open and honest about their process. Furthermore, ethical journalism must understand the potential of the impact of reporting on individuals and communities. Journalists must balance the public's right to know with the responsibility to minimize harm. Sensationalism and unnecessary invasion of privacy have no place in ethical journalism. A commitment to empathy and respect to the dignity of those affected by the news stories we do is absolutely essential. Perhaps the most important of all these qualities is credibility. Credibility is the lifeblood of journalism, the currency that determines the value and the impact of the information disseminated. In a dynamic landscape of news reporting where the lines between fact and fiction can often blur, credibility stands as the bedrock upon which the entire journalistic enterprise rests. Journalists serve as a bridge between events and the public, shaping narratives that influence perspectives and opinions. For this influence to be constructive, the public must trust the messenger. Credibility earned through a commitment to accuracy, impartiality, and transparency is the linchpin of this trust. Without it, journalism loses its power to inform, enlighten, and hold power truly accountable. In an era teeming with information, misinformation, and disinformation, credibility is the only antidote to that erosion of trust. The public relies on journalists to distill complex facts, to separate fact from fiction. When journalists prioritize accuracy in their reporting, diligently fact-checking, and corroborating information, they signal to the public that their commitment to the truth is not sensationalism or agenda-driven narratives. In essence, credibility is the gateway to a well-informed and functioning democracy. When journalists maintain credibility, they fortify the public's trust, creating an environment where the pursuit of truth prevails over sensationalism, and where journalism remains a force for enlightenment and accountability. As guardians of information, journalists must recognize their credibility as not just a professional asset, but it is an ethical imperative and an essential foundation of a robust and healthy society. Now, another area I would like to focus on is, and which is also very much the focus of this conference, is how to propagate peace through journalism. Propagating peace through journalism and mass media is truly a noble and crucial endeavor. Media, with its wide reach and influence, can be a power for positive change. Let's talk about some of the strategies one can adopt. This is a little more practical. I hope you're not treating this like a class, but here it is. The first, promote objective reporting. Journalists should strive for objectivity in their reporting. Balanced and impartial coverage helps avoid the amplification of divisive narratives and fosters understanding between different communities. By presenting multiple perspectives, journalists can contribute to a more nuanced and comprehensive understanding of complex issues. Next, highlight human stories. Personal narratives have the power to humanize conflicts. By telling the stories of individuals affected by violence and discrimination, media can create empathy and foster a sense of shared humanity. These stories transcend political and cultural divides, helping audiences connect on a deeper level. Another thing we can do is to have diverse representation in newsrooms. Ensuring diversity in newsrooms and media organizations is paramount today. A diverse group of journalists brings varied perspectives and help prevent biases. This diversity should extend to the representation of different cultures, religion, and ethnicities in media content, reducing stereotypes and promoting understanding. Another thing that can be done is to educate and to inform. Media can play a crucial role in educating the public about the root causes of conflicts, the historical context, and potential solutions. In-depth reporting and analysis can help audiences form informed opinions and challenge misconceptions that might contribute to tensions later. Another important thing is peace journalism training, which I must compliment this university on. I mean, I've been to many journalism schools and universities, and the focus on peace here is quite unique and deserves a lot of applause. Thank you. Another thing we can do is media literacy programs, where we promote media literacy to help audiences critically evaluate the information they consume. Teaching people to discern between reliable and unreliable sources can reduce the spread of misinformation and mitigate the potential for media-induced conflicts. Very simple translation of these last few lines is avoid WhatsApp. Collaboration and partnerships. Encourage collaboration between media outlets, NGOs, and peace-building organizations. Partnerships can lead to joint initiatives that promote peace, tolerance, and understanding. Media can act as a platform for disseminating information and initiatives aimed at conflict resolution. The next point is perhaps a very important one for us all. Use social media responsibly. Given the prevalence of social media, responsibility is crucial. Media organizations and journalists must use these platforms to share accurate information and promote constructive dialogue. I am afraid we don't see much of that happening on Twitter these days, but in theory, this is the way it should be. Social media campaigns focusing on peace building can also be very impactful. Advocate for peaceful solutions. Editorial stances and commentaries should advocate for peaceful resolution to conflicts and not add to the fire. Media can use its influence to shape public opinion in favor of dialogue, negotiation, and reconciliation, rather than perpetuating divisive rhetoric. Last but not least is celebrate peace initiatives. Highlight and celebrate instances of successful peace-building efforts. By showcasing positive examples and individuals working towards peace, media can inspire others and contribute to a more optimistic narrative. Promoting peace through journalism and mass media requires a conscious effort to present information objectively, humanize conflicts, and contribute to an informed public discourse. By leveraging the power of media responsibility, we can foster understanding, tolerance, and ultimately contribute to a more peaceful world. Another important discussion one should always have, and people often ask, is what skills or qualities should a journalist possess? Now, in my opinion, an ideal journalist embodies a combination of integrity, curiosity, and a commitment to truth. Firstly, unwavering integrity is paramount. Journalists must be dedicated to presenting accurate and unbiased information, free from personal or external. This includes transparency about sources, methods, and potential conflicts of interest. Curiosity is yet another essential quality. A journalist's innate inquisitiveness drives the pursuit of untold stories, encouraging a comprehensive exploration of diverse perspectives. This curiosity fuels the journalist's commitment to uncovering the truth, even when faced with challenges and adversity. Effective communication skills are vital. An ideal journalist can distill complex information into clear, accessible narratives, ensuring that the public can comprehend and engage with the views. This includes a proficiency in various media formats, adapting to the evolving landscape of journalism. Adaptability and resilience are also very, very important. In a rapidly changing world, journalists must navigate new technologies, societal shifts, and unforeseen challenges. The ability to learn, evolve, and persevere in the face of adversity ensures a journalist's relevance and their impact. Ultimately, the ideal journalist is not merely a conveyor of facts, but a steward of truth, wielding the craft with ethical responsibility, intellectual curiosity, and the communication skills necessary to inform a well-informed public. If we can all work together on honing these qualities, we will be doing a great service not just to journalism, but to our nation. To conclude, as we navigate the complexities of the 21st century, the need for ethical journalism has never, ever been more urgent. It's not just a professional obligation, it's a moral imperative. Ethical journalism is the bedrock upon which a healthy, informed, and thriving society is built. As consumers of the news, we must demand ethical standards from our media outlets, and as journalists, we must hold ourselves up to the highest ethical principles. Let us all strive for a world where the pursuit of truth is unwavering and where journalism, guided by ethics, serves as a beacon of light in an often tumultuous sea of information. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Suriji. Thank you very much for your words of wisdom. My friends, with this, we are coming towards the conclusion of the inaugural session of NCMJ. But let me just quickly share with you that at 2 p.m. sharp in this very hall, we are going to start with the next session of NCMJ, Margins to Mainstream. There are many, many important sessions planned in 5th NCMJ. I would like to appeal and request all of you to be a part of it. My friends, there is one more request. I'm sure you are aware that Dada Saheb Phalke International Film School has set up a small, I would say, photo booth outside on the theme of Jab We Met. I'm sure you would remember the movie vividly. So there is a very, very interesting theme for all of you, which is created outside. So I would like to request all of you to visit that photo booth after this session is over. And once again, I would like to request all of you to join us at 2 p.m. sharp after this session. And at this moment, I would like to request everyone on the dais, if they can please give us a small photograph with the brochure in their hands. I request all the dignitaries to please rise with the brochure or the folder. I would say the folder is better, that is more colorful, yeah. So I request them to join us for a photograph. This is a very, very important photograph for the inaugural of 5th NCMJ. A big round of applause for all the dignitaries, awardees on the stage. Thank you very much. I now request the Dean of School of Economics and Commerce at MIT World Peace University, Dr. Anjali Sane, to kindly propose the vote of thanks.
Good afternoon, all. I know that I'm standing between you and a very delicious lunch break, but just bear with me. As per the tradition of MIT WPU, we follow the pratha or the tradition of Atithi Devo Bhava. And I, on behalf of the entire team of NCMJ at MIT World Peace University, extend a warm thanks to all the eminent guests present on and off the dais today. Thank you is a prayer that cannot be seen or touched. It must be felt by heart. I feel honored and privileged to get the opportunity to propose the vote of thanks on this special occasion. In the words of Mikhail Gorbachev, peace is not unity in diversity. Peace is not unity in solidarity, but unity in diversity in the comparison and conciliation of differences. Against the backdrop of the plethora of events happening not just across our country, Bharat, but across the globe, the role of a journalist as an important stakeholder is highlighted. A vibrant and committed media is essential for the smooth functioning of democracy. In our nation, the media functions as the crucial fourth pillar among the strong institutional framework that support the nation's progress. The citizens depend upon the media for knowing news, gathering information, and in understanding views which enable them to formulate perspectives on their everyday life. The inaugural session of the 5th NCMJ precisely shed light about the symbiotic relation between media and democracy in a turbulent contemporary world. I would like to thank all the honorable delegates who blessed us with their presence. I am very much thankful to all the members of Pune Union of Working Journalists PUWJ, Mumbai Press Club, R.K. Lakshman Museum, Pune, and Foreign Correspondents Club of South Asia for their support for the 5th NCMJ. Words are not enough to thank their constant guidance and support to shape the conference. I, on behalf of the organizing committee, convey deep regards and hearty thanks to our honorable revered founder president, Professor Dr. Vishwanath Karad sir, for always motivating us and blessing us. I thank our dynamic executive president, Sri Rahul Karad sir, who has been the force behind various social initiatives at MIT World Peace University, including the National Conference on Media and Journalism. I thank our mentor, Professor Dr. R.M. Chitnis sir, for his presence and continuous encouragement. I thank Dr. Address and his presence, which I'm sure energized all of us. I'm also thankful to the Ganesh Pokre and Chief Academic Officer, Professor Sanjay Kamtekar. Today, my words are not enough to express the gratitude to Sri Rishi Suri, Senior Editor, International Affairs, the Daily Milap, who graced us with his kind words. I would like to thank Sri Nikunj Garg, Managing Editor, Times Network, and Editor Mirror Rao, for sparing time from his busy schedule and guiding us with his words of wisdom. We will ever remain grateful to you, and we thank you for being with us today. I congratulate Ms. Sonal Pateria for being the proud recipients of Journalism or of Peace Award. Madam, we look forward to your long-term association with our institute and look forward to more articles and more videos from your side. Thank you very much. Also would like to thank Sri Prasanna Joshi sir, News Editor, National Pudhari News TV, for his frank and honest views. We also thank Sri Pandurang Sandbor, President PUWJ, without whose support this conference would not have been possible. I also would like to thank members of press and media present here for the conference today. Thank you all. I am very much thankful to all our current formal faculty colleagues as well as non-teaching members who have always stood by us and motivated us. Thanks. Last but not the least, I would like to thank all the dear students who have come here. And I'm sure that the NCMJ and the deliberations and discussions over the next 2 days will prove a lot of insights to you and will shape your thoughts for the future. An event of this dimension cannot happen overnight. The wheels start rolling in advance. We have been fortunate enough to be backed by a team of very motivated and dedicated students committee and volunteers. I cannot thank everyone enough for the involvement they have shown and the willingness they have expressed to take on the completion of tasks beyond their comfort zones. I would also like to thank our admin team. Without you guys, this event was not possible. At the end, I would like to take the opportunity to thank my colleague, Professor Dheeraj Singh sir, for conceptualizing and working tirelessly with his team to organize this dream conference. If time is money, then sir, today you have spent millions for us. Thank you. Thanks one and all. Thanks for making this event successful. And I look forward to the next 2 days of discussions and deliberations, which I'm sure will be fruitful. Thank you one and all.
Thank you very much. With this, we have come towards the end of the inaugural session of 5th NCMJ. I would like to request everyone in the audience and everyone on stage to please join us after this session right outside this hall for a memorable photograph. I now request everyone to rise in their seats for national anthem, and I request my technical team to kindly relay. Thank you. Thank you very much. Dignitaries on the dais, all the students and dignitaries of the dais, thank you very much for being part of 5th NCMJ inaugural session. I request all of you to join us back at 2 p.m. sharp for